Welcome friends. In the previous lecture we have solved one example, specifically this example for compound beam to draw influence line diagram. In the previous example we have made calculations to draw influence line diagram for reaction at A, reaction at B, reaction at D, and we were also asked to draw influence line diagram for bending moment at B. Means with change in position of unit load over the entire span, how bending moment at B will vary, will change. That was asked. But we have not made calculations for influence line diagram for bending moment at B. Let us make today calculations for influence line diagram for bending moment at B. But before that, let us see one more trick to draw these influence line diagrams. So when consider this being A, B, C, D. AB is equal to 4 meter, BC is equal to 2 meter, CD is equal to 3 meter. There is internal hinge at C. If we want to draw bending moment diagram for reaction at A, to draw bending moment diagram for reaction at A, simply give virtual deflection in the direction of reaction. Reaction is upward. Give virtual deflection upward in the direction of reaction to the beam, consistent with geometric conditions of beam. Consistent with geometric conditions of beam means the beam where supports are simple support or hinged support, the beam will rotate. Where there is hinge, the beam will rotate. It will remain supported on the support. For length ABC, the beam is straight. So for length ABC, it will remain straight. If we are considering this beam ABC, then at A we are giving virtual deflection, unit deflection. So what will happen? It will remain supported at B and is deflected by 1, that is unit. You can observe here, it is deflected by 1 and the portion has remained straight. So here it is deflected by unit that is 1, and this portion will remain straight, means the beam is lifted at A, so it will remain supported at B in this manner. But here, as there is hinge, at hinge it will rotate. So you can see, let us consider this part as CD. So it will remain rotated and will remain supported at D. So you can observe, initially the beam was like this. It is lifted at A with unit load, with unity, and now this is deflected position. So we are giving unit virtual deflection for at A to draw influence line diagram for reaction at A. Thus, simply by giving unit deflection at A and remaining consistent with geometric condition, because ABC part was straight, it will remain supported at B. So here it is lifted, it will remain supported, at B, and as at C there is hinge, it will rotate. So this is influence line diagram for reaction at A. You can observe. Now once this ordinate is known, why? Because we are giving here unit deflection. So if this is 1, we can calculate this ordinate, means this ordinate. For length 4 meter, this ordinate is 1. For length 2 meter, this ordinate will be 1/2, that is 2 by 4. As it is below baseline, we have written here negative. So with this simple trick, we can draw influence line diagram for reaction at A. Now suppose we are drawing influence line diagram for reaction at B. Now for reaction at B, the beam ABC is straight and is supported at A and B. At B, we are giving unit deflection. So when beam is lifted at A, this is 1. At C also it will get lifted. So this was part which is resting over here, and therefore ordinate at C will be obviously more than this one. And at C what will happen? As there is hinge, it will rotate at C, and at D it will remain supported. So this is impedance line diagram for reaction at B, RB. You can observe diagram. So impedance line diagram for reaction at B. If this ordinate is known, that is for 4 meter this is 1. For 6 meter 1 means 4 upon 4. For 6 meter 6 upon 4. So this ordinate is 6 upon 4. And this is 0 at D 0. Without making calculations, here we are drawing impedance line diagram for reaction at B. In the previous lecture, for entire lecture we have made these calculations. Now for impedance line diagram for reaction at D. At D, give unit deflection at D. So here we are giving unit deflection. But at C there is hinge. So what will happen? This is unit and this will get lifted. So as beam can rotate here, only the beam will rotate at C, and this distance is 1. ABC part will remain straight. So ABC remaining straight, and this is similar triangle. So we are giving unit virtual deflection for the particular reaction. Particular reaction means if we want to draw impedance line diagram for reaction at A, give unit deflection in the direction of reaction. In this manner, similarly, we can draw impedance line diagram for simply supported beam also. If you are remembering, for this simply supported beam, this is RA and this is RB. We want to draw impedance line diagram for reaction at A. To draw impedance line diagram for reaction at A, give unit deflection at A. So beam will remain supported at B. ILD for RA. While drawing ILD for RB, give unit deflection at B. Beam will remain supported at A. So this is impedance line diagram for RA and RB. If we want to draw impedance line diagram for overhanging beam, having overhang on either sides, then what will happen? This line we are simply extending. So for RA also, extend the line, because we are giving unit deflection here. This part, the entire beam is straight. Nowhere there is hinge, so it will not rotate in this manner. The entire beam will remain straight, but as we are lifting at A through unit distance, it will remain supported here at B, and this will be straight part. While drawing impedance line diagram for RB, we are giving deflection, unit deflection at B will remain supported at A, and the beam will remain straight. So these are impedance line diagrams for reactions. So without making calculations, you can draw these impedance line diagrams. But when you are asked to draw impedance line diagrams in your theory exam, you have to make these calculations. Remember. Now let us draw impedance line diagram for bending moment at B. While drawing impedance line diagram for bending moment at bending moment at B, we are going to make use of these reactions. So whenever, while making calculations, we will need magnitudes of reactions for various positions of unit load, we will consider these diagrams. So now I hope you know and you have understood these diagrams. Means what? When unit load is at A, here, reaction at A is equal to 1. When unit load is at B, reaction at A is equal to 0. when unit load is at C, reaction at A is equal to minus 2 upon 4, that is minus 1/2. And when unit load is at D, reaction at A is again equal to 0. So here we are getting change in magnitude of reaction with change in position of unit load. So in this manner we are going to use these magnitudes of reactions. So please remember. Let us make calculations for this. Consider section at B. So let us consider this section, and we want to make calculations for bending moment at B when unit load is at A. Unit load is at A. We have taken section at B. Now consider this sketch, because we have divided this compound beam into two beams. Now consider this free body diagram. We have taken section here, unit load is here. Instead of considering forces on left hand side, if we will consider forces on right hand side, then on right hand side there is RC. Here we don't have influence line diagram for RC, but as already we have made calculations for RC, we can use this value by considering right hand side. Why? If section is taken at B and forces on right hand side are considered, bending moment at B is equal to RC into T, RC into 2. When unit load is at A, if value of RC is put in the equation, we will get bending moment at B. But as I don't have right now values of RC, so instead of considering forces on right hand side, I am going to consider forces on left hand side. So let us consider forces on left hand side. Section is taken here at B and forces on left hand side are considered. Initially unit load is at A, so bending moment at B is equal to RA, which is producing sagging moment, therefore positive. RA into 4, and this force is producing hugging moment about B, minus 1 into 4, but when unit load is at A, reaction at A, RA is equal to 1. Here we can observe. So we can put here RA is equal to 1. Therefore 1 into 4 minus 1 into 4, and this is equal to 0. So when unit load is at A, bending moment at B is equal to 0. Now second case, when unit load is at B, here. Now unit load is at B, we are taking section at B to calculate moment at B. So unit load is passing through B, its moment about B is equal to 0. Consider forces on left hand side. We can consider forces on right hand side also, but RC is not known. Therefore we are considering forces on left hand side. Consider forces on left hand side. So on left hand side again RA is equal to, again on left hand side there is RA, so plus RA into 4. Bending moment at B is equal to RA into 4. There is only one force. Unit load is at B, reaction at A is equal to 0. So E is equal to 0. Third case, now unit load is at C. So here unit load is at C. Unit load is at C. We are calculating bending moment at B. Take section at B and consider forces on left hand side. On left hand side again there is only RA. So bending moment at B is equal to plus RA into 4. So MB is equal to RA into 4. But when unit load is at C, RA is equal to minus 2 upon 4. So is equal to minus 2 upon 4 into 4 is equal to minus 2. Thus, when unit load is at C, bending moment at B is equal to minus 2. When unit load is at D, now let us consider this diagram. So unit load is here. Now unit load is here. So fourth case, when unit load is at D, unit load is at D, we are calculating bending moment at B. So MB is equal to, take section at B and consider forces on left hand side. On left hand side again RA, therefore plus RA into 4 plus RA into 4. It will be more easier if instead of left hand side we are considering right hand side, and if you have calculations where the values of RC are known. But as we don't have right now values of RC, we are considering left hand side. But while solving on your own, instead of left hand side you can consider forces on right hand side. RA into 4. Unit load is at D and RA is equal to 0. So if RA is equal to 0, again MB is equal to 0. So we are getting this is equal to 0. So using these values, we can draw bending moment diagram. Influence line diagram for bending moment at B. When unit load is at A, bending moment at B is equal to 0. So it is 0. When unit load is at B, bending moment at B is equal to 0. When unit load is at C, bending moment at B is equal to minus 2. So here minus 2. And when unit load is at D, bending moment at B is equal to 0. So value is negative, therefore we have drawn below baseline. And this is influence line diagram for bending moment at B. Thus, for previous example, we have drawn influence line diagram for reaction at A, reaction at B, reaction at D, and bending moment at D. Now, making these calculations, you can easily draw these diagrams. Sometimes, for this beam, so you will be asked to calculate maximum positive bending moment, maximum positive shear force, maximum negative bending moment, maximum negative shear force. So already we have solved similar examples. So again we are not solving those examples once again. So you can easily make calculations for those examples. Now let us solve one more example of compound. Beam ADBC, which is having fixed end A. The end A is fixed end. At B there is internal hinge and C is simple support or hinged support. So here for this beam, AD is equal to 3 meter, DB is equal to 1 meter and BC is equal to 3 meter. For this beam we are asked to draw influence line diagram for reaction at A. So at fixed end there will be vertical reaction at A, RA. Then MA, that is fixed end moment at A. As end A is fixed, that fixed end will offer moment, that is fixed end moment. So influence line diagram for this fixed end moment MA, shear force and bending moment at D. So we are asked to draw influence line diagram for these 4 different functions. So let us make calculations to draw influence line diagram for these functions. So first of all, we have to separate this beam to analyze and to calculate reactions at B. So beam can be separated here. Fixed end will remain as it is. This part is CB, and this is AB. So beam is divided into two parts, AB and BC. So somewhere here point D is there. These distances are, we know, 3 meter and 1 meter. This distance is 3 meter again. Now here, though the beam we have separated in this manner, for the beam BC to be in equilibrium when it is carrying transverse downward load, at B, this hinge must offer upward reaction. This is reaction offered by hinge for beam BC. Now for beam BC means while drawing free body diagram of BC at hinge, if this reaction is upward, then for free body diagram of AB at hinge B, the reaction must be downward. So this RB is downward, and thus upward and downward reaction at B will maintain equilibrium. So this is free body diagram which we have drawn after separating the compound beam as AB and BC. Now we can consider unit load moving over this beam. Consider unit load moving from A to B. Let us consider unit load at distance x from A. You can consider this unit load at distance A, at distance x from A or from B. Again, that is more convenient if we are considering unit load somewhere between A and B at distance x. So let us keep as distance x from A, between A and B. To calculate this reaction, let us first consider free body diagram of beam BC. For beam BC, if free body diagram of beam BC is considered, on beam BC there is no any load, therefore these reactions RB and RC are equal to 0. So RB is equal to RC is equal to 0. This is the first condition when we have considered unit load at distance x on this cantilever beam AB. We need not to consider distance, we need not to consider this distance x between AD. Let it be anywhere between A and B at distance x. So RB and RC is equal to 0. So here we are getting this RB equal to 0. Now when we are considering free body diagram of beam AB, consider free body diagram of beam AB. For free body diagram of AB, now RB is equal to 0. On this beam there is only unit load which is at distance x from A. Let us show here this reaction. This reaction is RA and this is fixed end moment MA. So we want to make calculations of these reactions. How? Using analytical conditions of equilibrium. So we can take moment of all forces about any point. While taking moment, take moment about the point through which maximum unknown forces are passing. So taking moment of all forces about point A. That's why we are writing algebraic sum of moments of all forces about point A. We have taken moment of all forces about point A. Now how many forces are there? This fixed end moment, that is couple, this reaction and unit load at distance x. Reaction is passing through A, therefore its moment about A is equal to 0. Moment of couple about any point is constant. So let us take moment of this unit load. About point A, this unit load is producing moment 1 into x, that is positive. So plus 1 into x, and this moment, as we have assumed the nature of fixed end moment is anti-clockwise, so this is negative. If answer is positive, the assumed nature is correct. So minus ma is equal to 0. Minus ma is equal to 0. So we can write this as ma is equal to 1 into x. So this is generalized equation for bending moment at A, that is fixed end moment. Now applying second condition of equilibrium, summation Fy is equal to 0. Upward forces positive, downward forces negative. Rb is equal to 0. Therefore Ra minus 1 is equal to 0. Instead of that, directly we can write Ra is equal to 1. Whatever may be position of unit load over the span of this cantilever beam, that is over length AB, reaction at A will remain constant, that is 1. So here we have considered unit load anywhere between AB. So we have forgotten here to write. So let us write here, consider unit load between A and B at distance x from A. So we have obtained generalized equation for bending moment at A and reaction at A. What additional we want to know? Shear force. Shear force and bending moment. These calculations let us make afterwards, after making calculations for these two reactions, that is Ra and Ma. So let us complete this first. Now we have considered unit load between A and B, and for any position of unit load between A and B, these are generalized equations for Ma and Ra. Now consider second case B. Let this be A. Consider unit load between B and C. B and C at distance x from B. So this unit load at distance x from B. Now here in this case we know generalized equation for simply supported beam. Instead of making calculations every time, we can write Rc is equal to x upon L, that is x upon 3. Rc is equal to x upon L. If you remember, Rc is equal to A upon L, Ra and Rb. Rb is equal to A upon L, and Ra is equal to L minus A, that is B upon L. So Rc is equal to x upon L, and here Rb is equal to L minus x, that is 3 minus x upon L, that is 3. So here these are generalized equations for Rc and Rb. Now here we have considered free body diagram of beam BC, and we have calculated Rb and Rc. So these are generalized equations for any position of unit load between B and C, and we have obtained these generalized equations. Now when unit load will move from B to C, we will get values of Rb and Rc. Therefore here Rb is not equal to 0. Rb will have certain value. Now consider free body diagram of beam AB. For beam AB, now unit load is not anywhere between A and B, because unit load is now acting between B and C. So for this beam AB, forces which are acting on beam are this RB, MA and RA. These three forces are acting. So we have to consider these three forces. Now what we are considering? We are considering free body diagram of beam AB, and for this beam AB, summation M, let us write here, FBD of beam AB. Summation MFA is equal to 0. Algebraic sum of moments of all forces. Three forces are there. RA is passing through A. Its moment about A is equal to 0. So how many forces are remaining? RB into 4. RB into 4. This distance will remain constant. RB into 4 producing clockwise moment. RB into 4 is equal to MA. So here we can write RB into 4 minus MA is equal to 0. Therefore, MA is equal to RB into 4. Already we have obtained generalized equation for RB. Once RB is known, we can put this value of RB here and obtain MA. That is fixed moment. Then summation Fy is equal to 0. We are making calculations for summation Fy is equal to 0. RA minus RB is equal to 0. Therefore, RA is equal to RB. So, RA is equal to RB. Considering free body diagram of this beam AB, only 1, 2 and 3 forces are there. When we are making algebraic sum of vertical forces, we are not considering this couple, because couple means two equal opposite parallel non-collinear forces. They are cancelling each other. So these two forces are there, RA upward, RB downward. Therefore RA is equal to RB, because RA minus RB is equal to 0. Thus we have obtained generalized equations for RA, RB, RC and MA. Now using these values, let us make calculations. The calculations which we have made earlier to obtain generalized equations for RA, RB, RC and MA for various positions of unit load are written here, so that we will get this space to make calculations for impedance line diagrams. That is, for impedance line diagrams of RA, MA, RA and MA. First case, when unit load is at A. Unit load is at A. We are considering distance of unit load from A. When unit load is at A, x is equal to 0. So remember this. Now, unit load is at A. Obviously, RB and RC are going to remain 0 for all positions of unit load between A and B. Then MA is equal to, this is also 0 and RA is equal to 1. So we have obtained these values from generalized equations. So how? RB is equal to RC is equal to 0. MA is equal to 1 into x. X is equal to 0. Therefore 0. And RA is equal to 1. So these are values of RC, RB, MA and RA. Second case, when unit load is at D, x is equal to 3, that is 3 meter. When unit load is at D, x is equal to 3 meter. Putting x is equal to 3 in generalized equations. So here also RB is equal to, RC is equal to 0, MA is equal to 1 into x, that is 1 into 3, therefore 3, and RA is equal to 1. Next case, when unit load is at B. Now let us consider unit load is at B. Let us consider this between B and C. So x is equal to, here x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, putting values here, therefore RB is equal to 3 minus 0, 3 upon 3, 1. RC is equal to 0 because x is equal to 0, and RA is equal to RB. RB is equal to 1. RA is equal to RB, RB is equal to 1, and MA is equal to RB into 4. So RB into 4, RB is equal to 1. So MA is equal to 4. We are getting this, MA is equal to 4. Now when unit load is at C, the last case, when unit load is at C, x is equal to 3. Putting value of x in the above equations, RB is equal to 3 minus 3, that is RB is equal to 0. RC is equal to 3 upon 3, 1. RA is equal to RB, therefore RA is equal to 0, and MA is equal to RB into 4, but RB itself is equal to 0, therefore MA is equal to 0. Only RC is equal to 1. Using these values, we can draw influence line diagram for RA and MA. Let us first draw influence line diagram for reaction at A. When unit load is at A, reaction at A is equal to 1, positive 1, therefore above the baseline. So above the baseline, here 1. When unit load is at D, RA is equal to 1. When unit load is at B, RA is equal to 1. So A to B, this 1 is remaining constant. This is constant. And then when unit load is at C, RA is equal to 0. 0, positive 1. This is influence line diagram for reaction at A. Now, influence line diagram for bending moment at A. Let us draw baseline first. This is baseline 0, 0. Now, make calculations for bending moment. When unit load is at A, bending moment at A is equal to 0. When unit load is at D, bending moment at A is equal to 3. Please make it correct. Bending moment at A is equal to RB into 4, but is producing hugging moment, therefore negative. So this value is negative. This is also negative. So remember this, minus RB into 4. Sorry. So now this, when unit load is at D, the value is 3, and when unit load is at B, the value is 4. So this value is 3 and 4. And when unit load is at C, you can observe unit load is at A, bending moment at A is equal to 0. Unit load is at D, bending moment at A is equal to minus 3. Unit load is at B, bending moment at A is equal to minus 4. And when unit load is at C, this bending moment is equal to 0. This is negative. ILD for bending moment at A, that is fixed moment at A. Now, as we have not made any calculations for shear force and bending moment at D, we can draw these diagrams. So first we have to make these calculations. To calculate shear force and bending moment, if section is taken at D, Now consider this force, sorry, this free body diagram. If section is taken at D, we can consider forces either on left hand side or on right hand side. If forces on left hand side are considered, MA and RA, two forces are there. And if forces on right hand side are considered, only RB is there. But we have not drawn influence line diagram for RB. But we know when unit load is at A, RB is equal to 0. When unit load is at D, RB is equal to 0. When unit load is at B, RB is equal to 1. And when unit load is at C, RB is equal to 0. So even though if we will draw influence line diagram for RB, we can use these values. Instead of that, let us use these values which are available with us. Let us consider unit load is at A here and shear force at D. Shear force at D, take section at D, consider forces on left hand side. On left hand side there is couple and this vertical reaction. We are not considering this couple while making calculations for shear force. Therefore vertical reaction. On left hand side there is this reaction and unit load which is acting vertically downward. So plus RA minus 1. Shear force at D is equal to plus RA minus 1. How we have written? We have taken section at D. We are considering forces on left hand side. And what we have assumed? Unit load is at D. Therefore unit load is here, downward. And this upward reaction is there. Therefore plus RA minus 1, that is unit load. But when unit load is at A, RA is equal to 1. Here we have drawn influence line diagram for RA. So this is equal to 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. When unit load is at A, shear force at D is equal to 0 and bending moment at D is equal to. Let us write. Let us take section at D. Consider forces on left hand side. Now, just now we have seen RA is equal to 1. At point A, RA is equal to 1. At point A, unit load, that is 1, acting downward. So these two loads will cancel each other. That is 1 into 4 minus 1 into 4 will get cancelled. What will remain? Only A will remain. And when unit load, and now on left hand side of section and anti-clockwise, that is negative. So minus MA. Minus MA. And this is equal to, when unit load is at D, MA is equal to 3. So here we can write MD is equal to minus 3. Now let us make calculations when unit load is at D. Instead of D, let us consider unit load again at just once at just left hand side of D and again on just the right hand side of D, so that we will get two values of shear force at D. So here unit load at just LHS of D. Now section is taken here. Consider forces on left hand side. On left hand side, this unit load and this upward reaction. So plus RA minus 1. Shear force at D is equal to plus RA minus 1. This is equal to, when unit load is at D, again RA is equal to 1. You can see. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. And bending moment at D is equal. For calculation of bending moment, we are considering this unit load acting at D itself. So D is unit load is passing through D. Therefore, considering forces on left hand side. On left hand side, this MA and this MA and RA are there. RA upward producing sagging moment, therefore positive, plus RA into 3. MD is equal to plus RA into 3 minus MA, and this is equal. When unit load is at D, RA is equal to 1 and MA is equal to 3. So RA is equal to 1. 1 into 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So bending moment at D is equal to 0. Now third case, when unit load is at just right hand side here, when unit load at just right hand side of D, MD is not going to change. We will calculate only shear force. Shear force at D is equal. Now unit load we have considered on just right hand side of D. Consider forces on left hand side. Now on left hand side there is only one force, that is RA, as we are not considering this local. Therefore plus RA, and when unit load is at D, RA is equal to 1, therefore plus 1. Thus we have obtained here two values of shear force, 0 and 1. Remember this. Now from D, let us move to B and consider this free body diagram. So unit load is at B. Take section at D. Consider forces on left hand side. Therefore shear force at D is equal. Now there is only one force, RA. We are not considering MA. Therefore plus RA is equal. When unit load is at B, RA is equal to 1. So E is equal to plus 1. And bending moment at D is equal to. Section is taken at D and forces on left hand side are considered. That is RA into 3 plus RA into 3 minus MA. That is plus RA into 3 minus MA is equal. When unit load is at D, RA is equal to 1. 1 into 3. And MA is equal to, unit load is at B, RA is equal to 1. And MA is equal to 4 minus 4 plus 3 minus 4, that is minus 1. So bending moment at D is equal to minus 1. Now last point, C, when unit load is at C, shear force at D is equal. Again section is taken here. Forces on left hand side are considered. Only upward reaction, that is plus RA. But when unit load is at C, RA is equal to 0. Therefore E is equal to 0. And bending moment at D is equal. Section is taken at D. Forces on left hand side are considered. RA into 3 minus MA. So RA into 3 minus MA. RA is equal to 0 and MA is equal to. When unit load is at C, MA is also equal to 0. Therefore this is equal to 0. Using this, let us draw influence line diagram. influence line diagram for RA. When unit load is at A, RA is equal to 0. When unit load is at D, RA is equal to 0. When unit load is at D, RA is equal to 1. So here we are getting 0, 0 and 1. When unit load is at B, RA is equal to 1. That is remaining as it is. And when unit load is at C, RA is equal to 0. The entire diagram is positive. This is influence line diagram for shear force at D. Now let us draw influence line diagram for bending moment at D. When unit load is at A, bending moment at D is equal to -3. So here it is -3 below baseline. Then when unit load is at D, bending moment is equal to 0. So here zero, and then at B, unit load is at B, bending moment is equal to -1. At D, at B, please make it correct. When unit load is at A, MD is equal to -MA, and when unit load is at A, MA is equal to 0. So this is not equal to 3, this is 0. So the diagram is not here 3. So when unit load is at A, MD is equal to 0. When unit load is at D, MD is equal to 0. When unit load is at B, MD is equal to -1. So direct here it is 0 at D, and here it is -1 below baseline. And when it is at C, again MD is equal to 0. Negative, 0 and 0. So ILD for bending moment at D. So we have drawn influence line diagram for reaction at A, bending moment at A, shear force at D, and bending moment at D. So hope you have understood. Thank you.